Ross, reflect on Easter Monday. It was a good way to bounce back from Good Friday, wasn't it?
Yeah, obviously disappointing with the result on Friday. So really good that we bounced back and made it a convincing win.
How good was that to do that in front of our home fans, considering how disappointing Good Friday was, and obviously the way the picture changed in terms of the league table?
Yeah, I think that's what the massive downer was. Obviously, essentially we'd obviously dropped points and they haven't. So yeah, it was just good to keep the pressure back on and win convincingly. Obviously with 5-0.
Obviously, last league game of the regular season at Hereford. It's not within the realms of possibility, but I suppose it's just about gaining that momentum for what looks like a playoff campaign.
Yeah. Again, we can't do anything else apart from come here and win a game. So, like you say, it's either, hopefully, fingers crossed that we either win the league tomorrow or we don't, and we go in to the playoffs with good form.
I suppose in that respect, we just got to do our job and see what happens, don't we? Like we have all season, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, can't think about anything else apart from winning our own game. They could slip up and we slip up. So as long as we win our game, then we can sort of see where we are come 5 o'clock.
Obviously, Hereford have their own motives. They probably need to win to stay in the playoffs, don't they? So it'll be probably an open game.
Yeah, it's going to be I think it's going to be an open game. They're going to come out the traps early, and they're going to come fast as well. Because obviously, like you say, they need to win to stay in the playoffs, and we need to win to potentially win the division. So, yeah, it's going to be a tough game. But like you say, we can't approach it any other way apart from going there to win a game.
Obviously, last year when we went there, it was a 5-1 win. It was a great day. I suppose just looking to emulate something similar, I guess.
Fingers crossed, yeah. Obviously Jake's is not here this year, but no, he was outstanding that day, and I think he set the tone for sort of the result in the end. So hopefully we can, like you say, emulate something similar to that last year.
Obviously, you're up to 26 league clean sheets for the season. It breaks a club record. It equals another. How motivated are you to try and break that one tomorrow?
Yeah, I am. Yeah. Again, but it's the more important thing is obviously the team winning. But yeah, I mean, on a more selfish side, yeah, I'd love to have the record for the club. Yeah.
I think you're up to 50 clean sheets for the club now in 95 appearances. That's some going, isn't it?
Yeah, it's something I've not done before, and it's tough. It's not as easy as what people think, and no, it's a great achievement. And I think now I'm in the top 10 for clean sheets for the club as well, and I think I'm up there for the least amount of appearances as well. So it's nice. Yeah, it's a nice accolade to have. But yeah, obviously the main focus is winning the game tomorrow.
You'll always have that personal memento, regardless of what happens at the end of the season. But how good would it be to couple it with what probably will have to be a playoff win?
Yeah, I mean, as long as obviously the club get promoted, that's the main goal, obviously, and that'll just be the cherry on top of the cake, really.
In terms of, like I say, the game tomorrow, it'd be a tough one. It's one where you just got to do what we have to do, don't we? And look elsewhere if we have to.
Exactly, yeah. As long as we focus on our game, then we can see what the results are come 5 o'clock. Because, like I said before, there's no point us not going there and not winning, because then it doesn't mean anything. So as long as we win our game, then we can obviously have a look at the table and see what the results are.
And obviously, it's not probably improbable that both teams slip up, but if one does, second place would guarantee a potential final if we got through the semi-final, which is a massive carrot, isn't it?
Yeah, and again, that's a massive advantage, obviously. I mean, I personally don't agree on the sort of home and away fixture of how high you finish in the division to how low you do is whether you get the home draw or not. I mean, personally, I think it should be a neutral ground and you get 50-50. But that's the way it's set, and again, we need to try and use that to our advantage. So obviously, coming second is a massive advantage. Obviously, apart from finishing third.
With that in mind, your thoughts on the playoffs? Would you prefer it to be a two-legged affair like it is in the Football League in terms of the semi-finals?
No, I think it should be it should be a one-off game, and obviously that should determine when, obviously in the semis it should then determine, if you finish higher, then in my opinion you then should get the home draw. But then the final should be a neutral game, like it is obviously in the National League. Obviously the finals were at Wembley last year and season before. But that's the way the cookie crumbles, and that's what you've got to deal with.
So it's a good advantage for us though if we do get it though, isn't it? Obviously we've guaranteed the semi-final at home, and we saw obviously the disappointing end to the season last year, but saw how many fans came out to back us. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, I think it was 7,000 or 8,000 last time. Obviously it didn't mean much at the end because we lost, but then it obviously shows the advantage and the disadvantage, because obviously Boston then went away to Brackley and then beat them, so they ended up finishing 6th or 7th and then winning the playoffs. So anything could happen. It's anything could happen at any time, and football's a funny game. So fingers crossed we might not be having this chat in the next couple of weeks. We could already be up by tomorrow.